he was only generous to people that he wanted to be generous to. You know, for example, his secretary leaving her 100 million and then condemning his wife to just measly 20k a month. Guy, come on. Like, hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Essay, and today we're going to be reviewing Riches, which is a Nigerian British American web series on Amazon Prime. And guys, this series, woo, drama. So without further ado, let's get into this video. So yes guys, you heard me well. I said it is Nigerian British American. And when I first saw the trailer of this series, I was like, wait a minute. This series just elevated Nollywood to another level. Like, you guys know I love my Nigerian web series and all of that good stuff, but this one, woo, I just really like when they portray Nigerians in a positive light, and that's what this series does. So without going too far, let's talk about what this series is about. This series, to me, is kind of like Chief Daddy. If you've seen Ebony Live TV's Chief Daddy, the storyline is sort of the same, but a more elevated, classy version of Chief Daddy, and not Chief Daddy Part 2, because I feel Chief Daddy Part 2 was absolute rubbish. Riches is about a wealthy business mogul, a man who has a hair care line, self-owned, black-owned business. He's doing so good. However, he has two families, a family in the US and another family which is like his immediate family in London. And due to some health complication, he dies, and it forces the two estranged families to come in contact with each other, and all hell breaks loose when, at the will reading, when they find out that he has left the company to his estranged daughter from the US, Nina. And yeah, the mother from the other family, the British family, Claudia, is hell-bent on getting the company back. Now, in the midst of this chaos, the company is going through some challenging times, and in contrary to what Claudia wants, Nina is actually doing right by the company. So yeah, that's basically what this series is about. It is dramatic. It is everything you want in a good web series. So let me just give you like a quick fact about this series. It is on Amazon Prime. It's premiered in the US. It's got 6 episodes in one season. There's only one season out now. Not quite sure when the next season is coming out. Each episode is about 45 to 1 hour long, so you definitely have a lot to watch. I love the cast, and one of the major reasons why I love the cast in Riches is because half of them are Nigerian. As you can tell, I'm Nigerian, so that's why I was very excited. I really don't like when they're acting something that is cultural. This one is not even very cultural in that sense, but if you're going to be portraying a Nigerian family, I always appreciate when the cast is actually Nigerian and they really understand the culture, and they're not portraying them as Nigerian, but like British Nigerian, American Nigerian, and I really like that. Like I mentioned, the cast is Nigerian. The lead character, Nina, she's Nigerian. Literally all of the siblings are Nigerian, aside from Claudia and a few other people that are not Nigerian, and it's okay because it works. It really works. Everyone in this series, I haven't really seen them before. There's just a few people that I'm aware of that I've seen them in other foreign series or TV shows. Like, for example, the lawyer, Gideon, I've seen him in a UK TV show before. But the rest of the cast, I haven't seen them before. And I have to say, I am more than impressed. Guys, these people acted so well. The part that just blew me out of the water is whenever somebody speaks Yoruba and the Yoruba actually sounds like it should. I'm like, bro, this is what's up. So the cast was the entire cast was brilliant. Everybody acted so well, but my Oscar, yes, I'm giving Oscars here in this review, has to go to Claudia. Claudia actually plays the stepmom of Nina, or rather the acting wife, the main wife of Steven, who just died, and she is like the ultimate gold digger. She just embodied rich woman vibes. Like I said, if you've seen Chief Daddy, just imagine Joke Silva. Yeah, that's how this woman is. And she is so good, and she's very classy. Might I add that she's also beautiful? I just love how she looks, and I love her courage. I love the way she really portrays that, you know, rich woman that doesn't like stress, but she's going to take you down if she needs to. So yeah, she was definitely one of my favorite characters in this entire series. Another person that I really liked very well was actually Nina's brother. Oh, so he was acting, basically he's Nina's brother, right? But he's gay. I have to say that I liked him a lot. He was giving me, I don't know how to explain it, guys, but I liked his energy. He was that supportive but very sassy brother that could also throw it down with some Yoruba. Like, the thing is, as we've seen in current TV shows and all of these things, they always try to incorporate your cliche characters. Like, for example, if it's an all-American series, they would like to put in a black person, a gay person. Like, it's just to show that, oh, everybody in the spectrum or whatever is represented. But sometimes I feel like they overplay the gay character. They always make them, I don't know the right word to use without, you know, sounding offensive to some people, but they always play them in such a way that is very stereotypical. But this one, he seemed normal, right? Like, he seemed like, we knew he was, like, when you see him in the show, of course you know he's gay, but he just seemed fine. Like, and that is how it should be. Like, his character was not wrapped around the fact that he's gay. It was, he had his own person, and like I said, his acting was really good. For me, he was the best Yoruba speaker. Like, he's so good. And of course, the lady who acted as Nina did a good job. By the way, guys, I just have to say, doesn't she look so much like Tiwa Savage? Like, the resemblance is uncanny. The resemblance is just crazy. Like, when I saw her, I was like, what is Tiwa Savage doing here? But yeah, I digress. She is absolutely a phenomenal actress. She delivered her role so well. She was basically playing this, you know, hard to get, she's not emotionally attached to anybody, but I'm super smart boss babe. I command the room whenever I enter. Like, I really love that boss babe character that they gave her. I felt like she killed it, and she acted so well. And of course, all the other the cast, of course, they all did well. But these three were, of course, like my favorite in the entire series. And I really love the storyline so much because it kept me on my toes. I like the fact that there wasn't just one, just when you think you know where it's going to go, they bring another angle. So like I mentioned when I was talking about the plot, essentially we see the story starting off with Steven, who is, you know, the owner of the business. He has just finished having a conversation with a reporter about, you know, black-owned business, yada, and he then calls his daughter because he feels like someone's after him and he wants to make amends. And I have to say, like, I wanted her, like, it was just episode 1, but I wanted her to forgive him. I don't know why. I always feel like when fathers make mistakes and they then come back and they apologize and they want to have a relationship with you, I'm always rooting for that mend. You know, of course, she didn't say yes to him and he died, and that was very painful. The way he died, and you know, they showed all the different kids doing different things in their lives, and all of a sudden, this person who used to be your rock is gone, and everyone's like acting out and worried. And of course they've now thrown in the fact that your estranged siblings, your siblings that you've never had a relationship with, are going to also be coming for the will reading. It was literally chaos, and I have to say they really delivered on that. It was very good to watch the aunties. Ooh, let's talk about the aunties, the Nigerian aunties. They got me. I loved it. I love it. I like the fact that they wore like their traditional Yoruba attire with the gele, with the iru and buba to the burial. They talked about, oh, this is not a Ghanaian party, don't put your veggies in the jollof rice. That part had me. I was like, you already know, Nigerian jollof, please do not put your veggies in there, okay? I really like that. So from episode 1, I thought they really set the stage well for how the story was going to develop in this series. Now, having said that, let's talk about a few problematic people in this show. Number 1 on my list that I felt like giving a knock several times on her head was Claudia, Mama Claudie. First of all, Claudia has a big mouth. Her mouth, she's one of those people that they just don't know when to shut up. Like, sis, do you know that Nina wouldn't have had the company if Madame just kept her mouth shut? But no, she did not. She had to open her mouth and say, oh, your mother is not the owner of the business, this, that. I was just like, oh, Claudia. Will you keep quiet? And not only did she do that, she did that several times throughout the show. And I was just like, this woman, please just get out. You're so annoying. And speaking of annoying, I feel like all her kids at some point in this show displayed their stupidity. Number 1 on that list is Gus. Oh my God, I can't stand Gus. He is so slow. Like, I was like, no wonder your father did not leave the company to you, because he's too slow. Dude is I just feel like he's such a mommy's boy, and he hasn't been exposed to real life, so he doesn't know what's up, right? And he's always just thinking of, oh, I want to own the company, but without really understanding what it takes to actually run the company. The mere fact that the company was under fire, there were a lot of images, and social media was going crazy about how their products are affecting people's hair, and the sister gave him one job, fix it, and he didn't have the sense to fix it because, oh no, I'm gonna quit the company and go and get another job in a different company. That was his priority. I was like, how stupid can you be? This is something that you're saying it is your father's legacy. You want to, own it at some point. Your sister is here. They willed it to her. That cannot be disputed. Why don't you just, work with her and actually make something out of it? But no, decide to go into the world. Unfortunately for you, the world sent you back. And where did you come back to? The same company. So yeah, Gus was very annoying. One thing that they did that, to be honest, I don't quite understand is the story between Gus and the police officer that stopped him on his way to the hospital just before his father died. Of course, we see that, okay, Gus is offended. He's written to the authorities saying that they reprimand him, and they're like, oh, they're not going to do that. And then he hires this private detective, to find out about the guy. And then he's got dirt on the guy that he can actually use. But he never does anything with it up until the end of the season. So I felt like that storyline, they developed it and they just left us hanging halfway. But then again, there's season 2, so maybe they're going to continue that part of the story in season 2.
Now on to the next person that I really have been aching to talk about is Nina herself. I think Nina is great, and I'm not going to spend too much time talking here, but I like the fact that she uncovered a lot of things about what was wrong with the company. I thought she went about it the right way. The only time I was a little bit offended with her was when she was hiding the fact that she was working with
Andre to actually expose Gideon. That part, I was a little bit offended. I was like, I wish she would just tell these other kids that, okay, Alicia, Gus, this is what's happening, just so that everybody is aware, because it almost came back and bit her in the ass. but thankfully they could salvage the situation. Andre, oh my god, Andre. Huh. Andre just reminds me of the boy, one of these London boys from the south, from the ends, who has now struggled and made it off the corporate ladder, but they still have a little bit of ghetto in them. I think he was too ambitious. He just didn't know when to stop. Right? I felt like he was okay. Like I one thing I have to give him props for is that he's loyal. He was really loyal to Claudia. I have to give him that. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about his sugar mommy relationship, but dude was loyal. Like, he was ready to let the company go to the dogs. Like, dude did not care about I'm black. Oh, he was ready to sell the company to white people. And I was just like, dude, do you know when to stop? Like, what is it about this woman that is making you jump over hoops? It is not necessary. But I'm happy that they were able to turn things around. And of course, it's not like he willingly turned around and said, oh, I'm going to help you guys. But it was really good to find out that, okay, Gideon is the idiot in this whole thing, and everybody like worked together to just bring him down. I thought that was very, very nice. Wanda, yes, Wanda was the person that had the biggest U-turn for me. At the beginning of the show, I really didn't like Wanda. She was very, very, very clueless, and she just basically did whatever her mom said. And of course, she had that weird relationship with her white boyfriend, who was just essentially the definition of a gold digger. But halfway, I liked the fact that she started seeing reason with Nina, and she started to do things right. My only worry for her right now is when she does find out that everyone, or basically Alicia, Nina, and her mom, know that she isn't like Steven's actual daughter. Oh, child, I feel like that is going to break her. She seems like such a fragile person, and yeah, she does need a little bit of hand-holding and some growing up. She has a lot of growing up to do, but she definitely turned around. I remember watching it, and at first I was like, oh my god, I really hate this girl. Like, she's the most irritating. And I was like, oh, I really like Alicia. At least Alicia has sense. She wants to move the company forward. But towards the end, Alicia started doing nonsense too, and I'm like, did someone switch their brains at night, or what happened here? But yeah, I think that storyline of her not being his biological daughter was also brilliant. Talk about adding another dime into the pot of dramatic themes in this series, right? That was very, very good. There's just so much to talk about in this series. The drama, the fact that the man actually had a relationship with his secretary, and there's a kid. That was like the major cliffhanger at the end, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait for season 2 to know how that is going to pan out, seeing as he left money for all his kids and they can only cash it out when they're 40. By the way, let me just say that, that was wicked. Please, if you've seen this series and you think that was very unfair of that, please raise your hand in the comment section, because that was just ridiculous. How can I have a wealthy dad and he's left my inheritance to me to only cash out when I'm 40? 40, that's like the end. No offense to people that are 40, but like at 40, you're already made. Like, I don't need to share 30k with 6 people. Okay, not 30k, 30 million with 6 people when I'm 40. Like, time value of money, please. That money is not going to be worth 5 million by that time. So I just felt like it wasn't nice. I felt like, to be fair, Steven wasn't very generous in his will. He was only generous to people that he wanted to be generous to. You know, for example, his secretary, leaving her 100 million and then condemning his wife to just measly 20k a month. Guy, come on. Like, 20k a month is not enough for a woman of her caliber. Like, she has things to do. She has luxury things to buy, okay? Like, nah, it's not gonna work. Okay. Of course, I have a feeling that Steven knew that she was cheating on him, and like the way they ended it, they sort of insinuated that she may have knowingly or unknowingly killed her husband with the drugs she was giving him. And yeah, we're going to find out in season 2. But guys, I really encourage you, if you haven't seen the show, go and see it. If you've seen it, let's talk in the comments. There's so much to talk about. Let's talk about your favorite bits. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.